So here I am with the review of the Galaxy M32. I've used this phone for around 2 weeks now alongside the Redmi Note 10s, which is arguably the best budget phone at the moment. I have already talked a lot about the Galaxy M32 in my impressions video, so I will try to keep it short and share my experiences here. Okay, allow me to start things off with what I have liked about the Galaxy M32 and the aspects where it is better than the Redmi Note 10s. First, it has to be the display. Although both these phones share a similar AMOLED Full HD screen on paper, I found the one on the Galaxy M32 to be superior. It has better colors, especially the skin tone in videos, and the contrast levels are also quite accurate. Plus, with the 90Hz refresh rate on board, this screen feels smooth while navigating through the UI. And this is especially noticeable if you are coming from a 60Hz panel. Its brightness is sufficient for both indoors and outdoors usage too. And I do not notice any touch issues on the Galaxy M32 either, which is usually the case with Redmi Note series phones. Surprisingly enough, Samsung has included a Gorilla Glass 5 protection here, while the Redmi Note 10s only features Gorilla Glass 3. So apart from the outdated and ugly looking notch, this phone pretty much delivers an excellent viewing experience. Likewise, the battery is another major win for the Galaxy M32. Here, Samsung has fitted in a big 6000 mAh cell on a relatively small body. And during my time with it, I did not feel like I was holding a typically bulky phone. Regardless, I got around 9 hours of screen on time here under heavy usage, which translates to like at least a day and a half of battery backup. On moderate usage, I managed to squeeze out up to 11 hours of screen on time, which makes it an easy 2-day battery phone. With all this, I can confidently say that the Galaxy M32 is almost in the same league as the Galaxy M62 and the iPhone 12 Pro Max when it comes to battery endurance. For charging, I did not use the 15-watt power brick provided inside the box, since it will definitely take a lot of time to fill up this 6000 mAh battery. Instead, I got myself Samsung's 25-watt power delivery charger, which is compatible with the Galaxy M32. And here, this 25-watt charger takes just 1 hour and 45 minutes to take the phone from 0 to 100%. It would have been better if Samsung retired its 15-watt charger and started providing a 25-watt charger on the phones that support it by default. Or maybe just don't include one altogether, since this move effectively goes against the eco-friendly practices that we saw in the company's flagship Galaxy S series smartphones this year. Anyway, another show stealer for the Galaxy M32 is its camera quality. You see, at this price range, the cameras of almost all the Chinese brands are subpar, and I think this is where Samsung truly shines, all thanks to its excellent optimization. Here, its normal images have excellent colors and look brighter and livelier in comparison to the ones from the Redmi Note 10s. The highlight preservation is also spot on in most scenarios, whereas the Note 10s messes up with the exposure. Similarly, the Galaxy M32 locks the focus in difficult situations like this, while the Note 10s fails miserably. Hence, the Galaxy M32's primary camera is much superior than the Note 10s. Portraits also share the same story, where the Galaxy M32's photos are livelier. The ones from the Note 10s are not that bad by any means, but I prefer the skin tone and background colors on the Galaxy M32. Also, I got more consistent results with the Galaxy M32 than the Note 10s in terms of color optimization. Moving on, selfies are also superior on the Galaxy M32. It optimizes your skin tone, making them look better, whereas you will find that the images from the Note 10s have this unnatural contrast. The other two lenses, the ultra-wide angle and the 2-megapixel macro camera, are kind of a hit or a miss. Here, although the ultra-wide-angle shots look better than the Redmi Note 10s on most occasions with a wider field of view, overall it outputs soft and darker images. Plus, the dynamic range is not as good as the main camera either. The macro images, well, as you can see, lack sharpness and are quite dull. Similarly, as the sun goes down, nighttime images don't work as well as the daytime shots. They are lacking in terms of detail, and overall the images are not worth sharing on social media. Night mode doesn't do any big favor either, but it does improve the exposure and the details by a bit. Nevertheless, let's now talk about the not so good aspects of the Galaxy M32 and the key areas where you'll find the Redmi Note 10s doing a much better job. The first thing that comes to mind has to be its video ability. While the Galaxy M32's photography department is outstanding for the price, it does not reciprocate when it comes to videography. In fact, it is inferior to the last generation Galaxy M31 as well. Here, you can only shoot up to 1080p 30fps videos, and there's no 4K 30fps or 1080p 60fps mode. The stabilization is poor, and neither has Samsung included a super steady mode here. In comparison, Xiaomi provides EIS on the Redmi Note 10s, and hence its footages come off better stabilized. However, if it's any consolation, the ultra-wide-angle videos from the Galaxy M32 are better steadier than those from its main cameras. Okay, about the selfie videos, you only have the option to shoot at 1080p 30fps and nothing more. And the videos are not quite stabilized as well. Although the subject skin tone and the overall video quality looks good enough, the microphone quality is only good enough for general recording purposes and nothing more. Okay, another aspect where the Galaxy M32 is just about average is in the performance department. It features MediaTek's Helio G80 chipset, which is found on much cheaper Redmi devices and Samsung's own Galaxy M22. I got myself the base 4GB RAM variant of the Galaxy M32, and after using it for 2 weeks as my daily driver, I must say that its performance is not as bad as I initially anticipated, although it still is not as good as the competition. Plus, the bigger culprit for this subpar performance is the eMMC storage. Here, the Helio G80 powering the phone does not support the faster UFS 2.1 standard. Now, that's quite hysterical because Samsung is the world's #1 flash memory brand and the first company to develop the 3D VNAND storage. With the eMMC storage protocol, the random read and write speed is much slower on the Galaxy M32 in comparison to the UFS 2.1 storage-powered phones. As a result, anything from opening apps to installing them is a tad bit slower on the Galaxy M32. Still, Samsung's One UI rendered no problems throughout my usage. Unlike with Xiaomi phones, dark mode is well optimized here, the 90Hz mode is smooth for most part, and there is no overheating issues either. Plus, Samsung is offering quarterly security updates for up to 4 years and at least 2 generations of Android updates with the Galaxy M32. That being said, the ultimate truth remains that this is a slower phone compared to the Redmi Note 10s, and you will notice this especially when playing graphically demanding games. Even when I played Genshin Impact in the lowest of settings, the gameplay is not smooth as I'd hoped for, but since this game is extremely GPU hungry, I will let it slide. Okay, moving on to PUBG Mobile, I played the game under smooth graphics and ultra frame rates here, and Samsung seems to have optimized it enough to run it smoothly. I do not feel any choppiness or lags either, and the gameplay was much better than Genshin Impact. Still, the graphics detail you're getting is not as good as the one on the Note 10s. Call of Duty Mobile, which is one of the optimized games to run even in low-end chipsets, plays smoothly on the Galaxy M32 at medium graphics and high frame rates. Similarly, higher FPS games like War Games, Critical Ops, and Mortal Kombat run smoothly at 90 FPS and fully utilize this 90Hz screen. So it seems like Samsung has optimized games to run fairly smoothly on this phone despite the hardware limitations. Plus, after more than an hour of gameplay, it only drained the battery by 10%, which is quite impressive. Still, let me reiterate that demanding titles like Genshin Impact don't yield a good experience, and the overall UI and UX experience is not very smooth here. Adding to the list of average aspects on the Galaxy M32 is its design too. Maybe Samsung could have given some colorful options here as they did with the Galaxy A22. Plus, it has a plastic back, and during my usage, my unit has already suffered some scratches on the back. And finally, you only get a mono speaker here. While this speaker is okay while watching movies, I kind of miss the stereo effect while listening to songs on Spotify. In Samsung's defense, they have retained the 3.5mm headphone jack and included a good DAC too. Moreover, this side-mounted fingerprint scanner works pretty well, and I have faced no trouble with it. Overall, if not for the performance, the Galaxy M32 would have almost been the perfect budget phone of 2021. I don't mind its plastic body or the fact that it does not have a stereo speaker, but reliable performance is something of an absolute necessity for heavy users like me. Also, if you are a demanding user and play a lot of games, you should stray far from this phone. That being said, if you are a moderate user like my sister who only plays lightweight games like Ludo and Candy Crush, but wants an excellent battery life, great display and reliable cameras that can take good photos from both the front and back, the Galaxy M32 is indeed an ideal phone for you. Likewise, if you don't have enough budget for the Galaxy M32, you can consider getting the cheaper F22, which I am currently testing out. And from my early impressions, I can tell you that you won't be missing out on too much with the Galaxy F22. So there you have it, guys, our review of the Samsung Galaxy M32. Our team is currently testing many devices including the Galaxy A22, the OnePlus Nord 2 and the Poco F3 GT. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon because it really helps us grow. So that was all for this video. This is me, Pratima, signing off, and thank you so much for watching.